A dream of flying in the vibrant city of Lumina, there lived a bright, curious boy named Kai. He was 10 years old and had a passion for all things related to technology. His room was filled with gadgets, wires, and books about machines and rockets. Kai had always dreamed of flying, not just with wings, but through the power of technology. One evening, after dinner, he sat by the window looking up at the starry sky. His father, who was an engineer, came and sat next to him. "What are you thinking about, son?" his father asked. "I want to fly, Dad," Kai said with excitement in his eyes. "I want to build something that can take me to the stars." His father smiled. "The sky is the limit, Kai. But remember, it takes a lot of hard work, imagination, and technology to make a dream like that come true." Meeting his friends the next day, Kai gathered his friends together to share his idea. His first friend, Anya, was from Russia. She was always the one who could solve the toughest puzzles and loved experimenting with robotics. Her eyes lit up when she heard Kai's dream. "That sounds amazing, Kai," Anya said. "I think I can help. I've been learning how to make robots fly. Maybe we can use some of that technology to help you." Kai grinned. "That's perfect. You can help with the flying part." Next, they met Amina, a girl from Egypt who loved coding and computer programs. Amina was a whiz at creating software that made things work. "I can help design the controls and the software for your flying machine," she said with a smile. "It'll need to be smart and responsive, just like a plane." Kai nodded eagerly. "Together, we can build something incredible." Finally, they spoke to Leo, a boy from Brazil who loved to design and create things with his hands. He was always making cool models with plastic, metal, and other materials. "I can build the structure for your machine," Leo said. "We need something light but strong." And so, the team of friends, Kai, Anya, Amina, and Leo, set out to work on the most exciting project they had ever undertaken. They spent hours every day brainstorming, sketching ideas, and gathering materials. They called their project Sky Chaser. The first step, building the frame. The first challenge was to build the frame of the flying machine. Kai knew it had to be light but also strong enough to withstand the wind and air pressure. Leo suggested using a special kind of lightweight metal that he had read about in one of his science books. "It's called titanium," Leo said. "It's strong but not too heavy." With Leo's help, they designed the frame. They used pieces of metal and plastic, connecting them together to create a structure that could hold everything in place. Anya helped to ensure that the frame would be aerodynamically shaped to help the machine glide smoothly through the air. Kai stood back and admired the frame. It wasn't much yet, but it was the beginning of something amazing. "It's coming together. Now we need the wings." The wings of the sky next. They worked on the wings. Anya used her knowledge of aerodynamics to design wings that would allow the Sky Chaser to soar. She explained how air moves over the wings, creating lift that would make the machine rise off the ground. The friends worked together to create the wings out of lightweight materials. They made sure the wings were not too heavy but large enough to provide the right amount of lift. When they attached the wings to the frame, it was starting to look like a real flying machine. The power of technology. Amina worked tirelessly on the software and controls for the Sky Chaser. She designed a computer program that would control the speed, direction, and altitude of the machine. The program was complicated, but Amina was confident. She had built robots before, and this was just a bigger version of that. "It's like building a brain for the machine," Amina said. "We'll need sensors to measure speed and height, and motors to control the movement. If we get everything right, the Sky Chaser will fly just the way we want." While Amina worked on the software, Kai and Leo worked on installing the engines and motors that would power the machine. They decided to use electric motors for efficiency and to make sure the Sky Chaser could stay in the air for a long time. The friends worked for days, checking every part of the machine, making sure everything was in place. They had to be careful, as one small mistake could mean that the Sky Chaser would not fly. At last, it was ready. The Sky Chaser stood in front of them, its wings stretched wide, its body sleek and ready to soar. The first test flight, the big day, had arrived. Kai, Anya, Amina, and Leo stood in the field, their eyes wide with anticipation. They had worked so hard, and now it was time to test the Sky Chaser. Kai climbed into the cockpit of the Sky Chaser. He put on the helmet and buckled the seatbelt. The machine hummed as the engines powered up. He looked at his friends, who were standing by, watching nervously. The friends cheered from the ground. They had done it. The Sky Chaser was in the sky, soaring just like they had dreamed. Kai flew higher and higher, passing through clouds and feeling the thrill of being above it all. He looked out at the endless blue sky, and his heart swelled with pride. He knew that this was just the beginning. The future of technology. As Kai flew through the sky, he thought about the journey he and his friends had taken to get here. It hadn't been easy, but they had worked together, using their skills and their love for technology to make something incredible. Amina smiled. And we've learned so much. We can use technology to do anything we set our minds to. Anya agreed. This is just the beginning. We can keep improving, keep creating. The world is full of possibilities. Kai looked up at the sky, knowing that this was only the first step in a long journey. With technology, imagination, and friendship, there were no limits to what they could achieve. I can't wait to see what's next, Kai said, smiling at his friends. And so, Kai and his friends continued to dream big, creating new inventions and pushing the boundaries of what technology could do. The sky truly was the limit. Summary of the story. In the city of Lumina, a curious and adventurous boy named Kai dreams of flying. Inspired by his father's words that the sky is the limit, Kai decides to build a flying machine. He gathers his friends, Anya, a robotics expert from Russia, Amina, a coding genius from Egypt, and Leo, a talented designer from Brazil, and together, they embark on an incredible journey to create a machine that can soar through the sky. After designing and building the frame of the flying machine, which they call Sky Chaser, the team works together to make sure it's light, aerodynamic, and equipped with the necessary technology to fly. Amina programs the controls, while Leo helps with the design, and Anya perfects the aerodynamics. The team overcomes challenges, combining their knowledge and skills in robotics, coding, engineering, and design. Finally, after much hard work, the Sky Chaser is ready for its test flight. Kai climbs into the cockpit, and with the help of his friends, the Sky Chaser lifts off the ground, flying successfully. The friends celebrate their achievement, realizing that with technology, teamwork, and imagination, the sky truly is the limit. The story concludes with Kai and his friends feeling proud of what they've accomplished and looking forward to future innovations, knowing that there are no limits to what they can achieve with their creativity and skills.